Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome in. Bill, Tracy, how y'all doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. All right, let's get started. Well, good afternoon. Welcome everyone. Yeah, we're so glad to have you here today. Whether you're just starting your journey with the Academy or you're coming up on your graduation and wondering what's next, I really want to take a moment to acknowledge something important. Finishing your first year in the program is a huge milestone. Seriously, give yourself a round of applause for that. That is so exciting that you're there. You've shown up, you've done the work, and grown along the way. And now you're standing at the edge of something new, something exciting. And that's exactly what today's session is all about. It's about helping you navigate that next chapter in your journey, that next chapter with clarity, with confidence. Today, we're going to walk through, what the renewal journey looks like with the Academy. We're going to dive into two of our most impactful programs, our Academy Next program and our Academy Elite program. We're going to give you an inside look at what each of these programs offer and really help you understand how they can benefit you as you continue to grow and build your business beyond that first year, getting out of that starter business mode, so to speak. Tracy and I's goal is really by the end of this session that you're going to have a clear picture of how you can still stay plugged into this community and continue building on everything that you've already accomplished and decide which path really makes sense as you move to that next part of your journey. Tracy, why don't you go to the next slide? All right. For those of you that haven't had the chance to meet me, my name is Bill Rogers, and I've had the privilege of serving as the CEO and a business partner of Tiffany's here at the Academy. For the past almost year that I've been here, I've had the opportunity to really work alongside, this incredible team and even more the incredible community that we've had. You are the biggest part of that, who are all building, your business with a purpose and a passion to really grow and build something special. I have Tracy Rosenberry here with me today. She's our head of education. Tracy, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Hello, everyone. I'm Tracy. As Bill said, I'm head of education here at the Academy. If you've been joining our calls or spending time in the community, there's a good chance that we've already crossed paths. But if we haven't yet, just know this: I'm one of your biggest fans, and I'm here to support your journey in any way that I can. In addition to my role here, I've also run a successful tax and bookkeeping firm. Over the last 9 years, I've had the privilege of working with over 100 different small businesses across a lot of different industries. So I've seen a lot of different scenarios, challenges, and wins along the way. And if there's one thing that I know for sure, it's that growth does not stop after the first year. In fact, that's often when things start to get really interesting and when you need the most support. And that's why I'm so excited for what we're sharing with you today, because these renewal programs are built to meet you where you are and help you to keep going with more clarity, confidence, and community. You've already built the foundation, so now we can talk about what's possible when you take that next step forward.
Thanks, Tracy. And I want you all to remember that statement: growth doesn't stop after the first year. This whole session is about growth. What's next for you? So let's move into why we're here today and what you can expect from today's session. All right, to kick things off, let's take a quick look at what this session is, and just as importantly, what this session's not. This isn't a pitch to sell you anything. It's not about giving you a generic one-size-fits-all solution. What we're diving in today is a clear, open discussion about renewal options that we've created specifically for you. Our goal is to give you the info that you need to really make an informed decision as you're moving to this next step, a confident decision about what comes next in your journey with the Academy and with the support of the Academy. All right, now let me break it down for you, the different groups that are probably here today. First, we have those of you that are wrapping up that first year and you're wondering what happens after graduation. This session was made specifically for you. Second, if you're already in our either Academy Next or our Academy Elite program, this is a great chance to make sure that you're squeezing out every drop of value from this experience. Think of this as a refresher for you. And lastly, if you've taken a step back and you've been feeling uncertain about staying in the program, we're here to show you exactly what's available and what kind of support you'll get if you decide to keep pushing forward with the support of the Academy. By the end of this session, we want you to walk away with a solid understanding of, one, what's included in the Academy Next and Elite program, two, who each of them is best suited for, and three, figure out which one is a right fit for you and where your business is at right now and where you want to take your business to. Trace, we're going to go to the next slide. All right, let's take a step back and look at the big picture for a moment. When you first joined the Academy, your main focus was getting your business off the ground. That first year, it's all about building the foundation, getting comfortable with the software, setting up the systems, landing your first client, and finding your confidence both not only as a bookkeeper, but as the owner of a bookkeeping business. But once you've got that base in place, things start to shift, right? Your goal is to evolve. Maybe now you're thinking about how to market more consistently. Maybe you're considering how to hire your first contractor. Or maybe you've hit capacity and you realize you need to build smarter systems so you're not wearing every single hat in the business. That's exactly where our renewal programs come into place. The Academy Next is here to really help you build a solid foundation and grow in the right with real intention. It's perfect for bookkeepers who want to fine-tune their operations, boost their consistency, and continue to have success in mentorship and accountability as they level up. And then we've got our Academy Elite program. This is all about stepping into leadership. Elite is for those who are really ready to take the reins, building teams, running bigger operations, and working with more strategy and systems. It's for students who are fully stepping into the CEO role or have the aspirations and they're on the journey to step into that CEO role and want to build the tools to support you successfully. Now, both of these programs include structured monthly themes to keep you on track. And we're going to talk about that here in a moment. Access to live calls for real-time learning, focused mentorship from me and Tracy and the support of the community, and ongoing training to help you personally and professionally grow your business. But here's the big difference. In Next, we focus on building consistent growth, refining your client delivery, and optimizing your business operations. Now, once you get into the Elite program, this is where we shift that focus. We shift that focus on learning how to lead a team, on scaling strategies, and the mindset shift you need when moving from being a bookkeeper, doing work in a bookkeeping business, to really aligning to being the CEO of a bookkeeping business and building out that vision of the business that you want to have. With that big picture overview, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Tracy, who's going to give you really a closer look at each one of the programs actually look like and how they're structured, the kind of support you're going to get, and some of the transformation we're seeing from students today, every single day as they're going through this journey. Tracy?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So let's go ahead and start by taking a closer look at Academy Next. This program is designed specifically for bookkeepers who are ready to grow beyond the basics. Maybe you've already landed a few clients and proven to yourself that you can do this, but now you're juggling everything on your own and it's starting to feel like a bit of a grind. Next is where we help you to move out of that hustle mode and into something more sustainable, something that actually supports the life and business that you're trying to build. So here's what we focus on inside the program: growing your business at a pace that actually works for your life, putting smart, effective marketing systems in place so you're not constantly scrambling for the next lead, creating streamlined, repeatable processes for daily tasks so that things stop slipping through the cracks, and developing strategies for managing your time, retaining clients, and making smarter decisions as a business owner. What I really love about Next is how it's structured around quarterly themes. That means we're not throwing a million things at you at once. Each quarter builds on the last, so you always know where to focus and what to implement next. So let me give you a quick overview of the roadmap. In quarter one, we focused on scaling and growth foundations. That included how to refine your marketing message, attract more of the right clients, and build out task management systems so that your back-end operations run more smoothly. We also covered when and how to bring in help, whether that's a subcontractor or a virtual assistant. Right now, in quarter two, we're diving into client management and retention. That means we're talking about how to set client expectations from the start, how to build deeper client relationships, and most importantly, how to keep the clients that you've worked so hard to get. Coming up in quarter three, we're going to focus on building a bookkeeping agency. This is where you'll learn about expanding beyond a solo business model, exploring things like niche services, hiring, and stepping more into that CEO role with confidence. And in quarter four, we'll wrap up the year with year-end prep and strategic planning. We'll cover everything from closing out the books to setting up your clients and yourself for success in the new year. So again, this isn't a one-size-fits-all crash course. It's a guided path that meets you where you are and walks you forward step by step. If you're in that space where you've proven your skills, but now you need structure and strategy to take things to the next level, this is your bridge between doing it all yourself and building a business that truly supports your goals and your lifestyle. All right, so now I'd really love to introduce you to someone who has been a wonderful part of our Next community. We have Becky Kerwin from Old Town Bookkeeping. Becky, I think I saw you here. If you want to, hello. Could you go ahead and introduce yourself? Let us know about your journey in the Academy.
Yeah, my name's Becky Kerwin. So I started Old Town Bookkeeping in March of 2023. I didn't roll out my business with marketing until May of that same year with the website and Facebook. I got in my head a lot, but and then I just dove in deep with that in November of 2023 with that CPA workshop that you guys did, and started my email marketing campaigns. And that was really the push that I needed to move forward. And then I've gotten most of my clients from email marketing, and I'm up to 10 clients now. So
that's amazing. So what made you decide
on a slow trajectory?
Oh, no, it's good. Good trajectory. What made you decide to stay in the Academy beyond your first year?
I just really, I lack a lot of confidence. So you guys just having you guys at my back gave me a lot of confidence. And just as I was growing, I just, I love the support that you guys gave, and wanted to continue with that. So.
Oh, I love that. So can you also answer, how has ongoing support in the next program specifically helped you to continue to move forward?
It's just giving me more of a business mindset, I guess, and just giving me ways to know how to grow, and I guess different strategies and tools to know where I'm going with this, because I haven't really decided how large I want to grow. I know I want to get to 20 clients, but if I want to manage a team, or I still have young kids, and so being able to be home is huge to me, and be able to just have this flexibility that this job gives me. Yeah, right now is huge. So I guess that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, the Next has been huge for just that business growing mindset. The next steps. Mm-hmm.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Becky, for sharing. Yeah. I love your story. I always love to hear from you.
No,
thank you, Becky.
Yep, thank you guys.
All right, so as you just heard from Becky, Academy Next isn't just about systems and strategies. It's also about community, encouragement, and real-world support as your business evolves. If you're already in Next, I want to encourage you to really lean in. Ask the questions, implement the tools, and use the support that's already there for you. And if you're nearing the end of your first year in the Academy and wondering what's next, this might be the exact next step that gives you the clarity and momentum that you need, because growth doesn't happen all at once. It happens one strong, supported decision at a time. Now let's go ahead and talk about Academy Elite. This is a higher level of support designed for those of you who are ready to really step into leadership in your business. At this stage, you're not just focused on getting the work done, you're thinking about your team, your systems, and what it truly looks like to run a business that supports your life. Elite is for the bookkeeper who's no longer asking, how do I do this? And is instead asking, how can I do this more efficiently? Or who can I bring in to help me do this better? Inside of Elite, we focus on developing your CEO mindset so that you can lead with more confidence and clarity. Building a team, whether that's contractors, employees, or both. Putting together advanced systems that can grow with you. And managing your marketing and clients on a more strategic level. This is where you begin to operate as a business owner, making intentional decisions, leading others, and creating long-term structure. Now, one of the biggest differences between Elite and Next is the frequency and depth of the calls. In Next, you get one training call per month. It's a great high-level overview, but we know there's only so much you can cover in an hour. And then in Elite, we meet every week. That consistency gives us the space to go deep. We take the same monthly and quarterly topics you'd see in Next, but break them down into detailed, actionable steps so that you're not just learning the strategy, you're also implementing it with support. We also give you tons of tools and resources like client communication scripts, checklist, templates, and process documents to help you take what we're teaching and actually use it in your business. And because Elite is a smaller group, the calls are much more interactive. You can bring your current challenges to the table and we'll troubleshoot together. You're not waiting for answers, you're getting support in real time. And I don't want to forget your quarterly one-on-one coaching call. This is your time to take a step back and look at the big picture, where you are, where you want to go, and what steps make the most sense for you. We'll help you to map out a clear, customized plan to get to your next goal. So if you're ready to stop going at it alone and start running your business with a team, a system, and a strategy, Elite was made for you. So now I want to introduce you to someone who's truly stepped into her leadership role. I've got Ramanda Maves here from Maves Bookkeeping. I think I saw Ramanda on here too.
Yes, I'm here.
Perfect. Okay.
Yep.
I see you. There you are.
Yep.
All right. Would you go ahead and tell us a little bit about you and your business?
Yeah, absolutely. And so very similar to Becky in a way of when I started. So background for me, I grew up in a small town. I went off to school far away to the city and stayed there for a while, and then came back in 2022 to move closer to family. I had an opportunity to do that. And I had officially left my corporate job June 30th, 2023, and started launching my business with 0 clients. That when I had joined the academy, after a few months, I really dove in. And then now, just under 2 years later, I'm serving 11 bookkeeping clients, all virtually. And one of my biggest reasons, like others that are part of the academy, for starting the business was to create more flexibility and to spend time with family and still provide financial assistance. And now this summer, in doing so, I'll be welcoming my first baby to the family, which is really exciting that I can be a huge part and continue with my bookkeeping business.
That is so exciting. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So tell me, why did you choose to join Elite?
Yeah, absolutely. And so I wanted support in building the business side of bookkeeping, not just how to do the work, but how to structure and scale sustainably with the support of mentors and the community. Elite stood out to me because it focused on, like you had mentioned in the previous slide, behind the scenes stuff, really diving in to the systems that actually work to grow a team that I foresee in the future. And I wanted to create my roadmap to keep growing intentionally without burning out and having that check-in support, like you said, with the quarterly meetings.
Yeah. So what kind of impact has this had on your business and your mindset as a leader?
Yeah, absolutely. It's shift from working in my business to working on my business. And it's real easy to like to use the analogy that your journey is going through the forest and you see all the trees, but sometimes you need to take a bird's eye view and step back and see the forest. And I've developed a much clearer vision of how I would like to scale with the systems and strategies that we've discussed in the Elite program.
I love it. So has there been any favorites, a favorite session or breakthrough moment that stands out to you?
I think one of the biggest ones, it has been the client dashboard piece of it. And that was like kind of destiny, what Emily had shared with us, that template. And it was what I needed at that time, something simple, but a living document that could adapt to consolidate all the information that when I had only a few clients, I could get away with having notes in a notebook or search emails. And that was no longer a system that was working with the current client list. And so that has really shifted a huge breakthrough moment of creating something that I can still utilize and grow with for my current journey to assist the hiring process for the team member that will be coming on.
Yeah, that's awesome. Your growth, honestly, has been just really incredible to watch. And I know it's inspiring to others too that are listening. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, next I have Jen. And Jen is also an Elite. And her journey has been a serious transformation from where she started to where she is now. And I think I saw Jen as well. Where are we at?
Sorry, 1 second. It is not letting me unmute.
Is that
Here I am.
Oh,
Sorry
there
about
she
that.
is. The anticipation.
Well, my journey is I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you. I started the journey with the Academy in June of 22, and then actually for the do-it-yourself course. And then when I got my first client, I realized I couldn't do it myself. So I needed the support of the Academy, and I've been in the Academy since August of 2022. And I have grown so quickly. Actually, I just signed 3 clients in the last 24 hours, which
Yay.
which is crazy. But I'm up to 57, 58 clients, team of 8, looking to probably hire again. And that's been kind of my journey over the last 3 years, to be honest with you. I have scaled quickly and sometimes too quickly, to where, but like Romanda, I am working on my business, not in my business. And that's what Elite has done for me. I'm now the CEO and not a bookkeeper. And when I was burning out because I was trying to do both.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Elite gave me the okay that I needed to say, whoa, you can't do it all. You're going to have to step back and start delegating. But in order to delegate, you needed to have some procedures and stuff in place.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that I absolutely love about Elite is Bill holds me accountable. Not many people can hold me accountable, to be honest with you. I'm a very strong-willed woman. But the moments that I have where he kind of just breaks things down a little bit more detailed, or we've talked through a planning session that where the business is going, has really taken it to the next level. I honestly was really hesitant to join Elite, to be honest with you, because of the growth of my business. But I actually look forward to the calls and what we're going to be learning and focusing on. And sometimes it's stuff that I'm already doing, but it's also good to be able to provide some guidance for those that may not be there yet.
Yeah.
So I think I just answered all your questions. If you had
I
any
think
for
you
me,
did.
Tracy.
I think you did. Well, I know you've already mentioned this a couple of things, and maybe you've already mentioned it, but is there anything like a favorite lesson or moment that stood out to you? Maybe something that you've
Yeah.
learned.
So really two of them. I'm not trying to take Ramanda's thunder because she did a great job, but the dashboard has been very helpful as well. But I use it with the client master sheet that you also have in the is it in the file section on the Facebook group
Yeah.
that you put a while ago? Yeah. So I use those in Combine. My team absolutely loves the dashboard. But the other thing that I feel like has been a game changer is, once again, I needed someone to give me that push to start creating the SOPs and kind of guide me on the SOPs. And Emily's done a great job on assisting with that. We don't realize, so standard operating procedures for anyone that doesn't know what an SOP is, but we don't realize that we don't have those in place until we don't realize we don't have those in place when we need them. So it's greatly, that those are the two biggest things that I've been able to use and to start implementing. And actually, I didn't like doing the SOPs, and now I kind of find it fun. I'm way behind where I should be still, but when you're onboarding, excuse me, a bunch of clients, kind of takes away from your SOP time. But yeah, I find it definitely very beneficial and greatly appreciate what it's been able to take me to that next level. So then I can go to the next level is my goal.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting. I mean, it's already been exciting to just watch you grow so fast and so much. Everybody, really. I think I've watched all three of you grow over these past few years, and it's just been amazing to see you. But I know you're such an inspiration for a lot of people, Jen, and I really appreciate you sharing. All right, so hearing from Jen and Ramanda really shows you the depth of what Elite is all about. It's not just about more calls or more information. It's about transformation. It's about showing up as the CEO of your business, stepping into your voice as a leader, and building the team and systems that align with your vision. In Elite, we focus on vision development, learning to look beyond the day-to-day and chart a clear path for the future of your firm, leadership skills, developing the confidence to make tough decisions and inspire those around you, business transformation, moving from working in your business to leading it with strategic clarity, and lasting legacy, building a firm that can thrive even when you're not in the weeds every day. It's that, if that is the direction that you're headed, then Elite might be the container that helps you to get there with guidance, structure, and a community that gets it. So your next steps are going to begin today. And Bill, let's go ahead. I'm going to turn it over to you and let you walk them through what that looks like.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Let's talk about what's next. If you've been asking yourself, am I in the right place? Or if you're thinking about renewing your Academy membership, or you're just exploring what the next steps are, here's what I'll recommend. Emily's going to drop in the chat a link to book a one-on-one mentoring session directly with me. This isn't just a check-in. This isn't a sales call. This is actually your chance for you and I to meet one-on-one in an in-depth mentoring session. It's your chance to really hit the pause button, reflect, and dive into where your business is at today. We're going to take a close look at what's working. We're going to look at where you're feeling stuck. We're going to figure out the best direction for you to grow your business to the direction that you're looking towards. So here's the deal. As I said earlier, and Tracy said before, this isn't about pressured sales, things like that. You're in the Academy, you've been here, what really sets the Academy out from anybody else that's out there is the support, is the community. We're not here to really push you into doing something that doesn't feel right for you. We're here to really offer you options, to give you clarity and support your growth, however that looks, however the journey looks. But I'll be honest, it only works if you show up. Transformation doesn't happen because you just joined a program. It happens when you decide to stay in motion, to keep momentum. You ask the questions, you implement the strategies, you stay plugged in and committed to the process. No matter where you're at right now, the most powerful thing that you can do to take the next step in your business is to do it with intention. So if you're wondering what's next, let's figure that out together. Really booking a mentoring session today and exploring your options. We're going to really help you make a seamless, confident transition to whatever's next on that journey of you building your business. So let me speak to your heart for a moment, because I know how easy it is to feel like you're not doing enough, like you're falling behind. But I need you to hear this really with some clarity. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be to take the next steps in your journey. Your success story, it's already in motion. You just need to keep turning that page. So lean in, show up, ask the tough questions, get a little uncomfortable, and don't forget to pause and celebrate those wins, both big and small. Building a business is a series of small wins that really lead into that big win. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. You've got an entire community that truly gets it, that's walking that same journey as you are. You've got expert guidance when you need it. You've got a team behind you, 100% invested in your success. And here's our promise to you. It's the same promise that we made when you started this journey. You will not outgrow this community. Our goal is to keep providing you that growth and that path to build your agency where you want it to be, whether you're landing your dream first client or scaling up to support $1 million firm. There's a place for you at this table. It's a place where you're encouraged to keep learning, to keep growing, and to keep becoming the business owner that you were meant to be. Now, Trace, let's dig into some Q&A. So, what's on your mind? What questions do you have for us? Let's make sure that you walk away with clarity that you need to move forward, ready to really take that next step with confidence. So what questions do we have? Let me look at chat. Do we want, Tracy, do we want them to type it in the chat, or do we want them to raise their hand? What do we want to do?
Either way, I'm not seeing any hands raised, and I'm not seeing anything in chat yet. Either way, you guys, if you want to put it in the chat box, or if you want to raise your hand and let us know, happy to answer either way.
I know we're not that good.
We cover everything. We're great, Bill. We have zero questions.
Well, and let's put that in the chat again, the link to book a mentoring call with me. So regardless of where you're at, where you're thinking of, if you haven't done a mentoring session with me, I highly encourage you to book that. This mentoring session is not just about the renewal programs. We go through and, in my template for the mentoring programs, I ask you, what are your goals? What are your struggles? And what are your strengths? Because the key is to really break it down to give you line of sight to hitting your goals, helping you overcome those struggles so that you can focus on your strengths to grow your business. And that's what this mentoring session is about. And then additionally, on top of that, we'll talk about more questions that you have about the renewal programs and really determining which one is the right path for where you're at. But it all starts with that mentoring session and you building that plan. You're going to walk away from that mentoring session with an entire, 5-6 page mentoring plan, very detailed, broken out, that is really your blueprint to take and execute as you continue to go on this journey. So once again, on behalf of myself and Tracy, we want to thank you.
I'm going to interrupt you. We do have a question.
Oh, we do. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I got a question here. So Joan is asking, when are the live calls going to occur in the next? So our next live calls, we're going to have our next one on Thursday. We typically have them on the first Thursday of the month. And then our elite calls, we just have them pretty much every Thursday. So that's now times are subject to change. I don't foresee us changing times anytime soon. But you know, that's what it is now. Right now we have it's 3 p.m. Central on Thursday. The first Thursday for the next, and then every Thursday for elite.
So Trace, here's another one. Will they lose access to the academy support? So all of that base foundation and things like they have while they're in the either the elite or next program?
Absolutely not. No way. You still get all of that. So you get the regular academy support, so your Facebook group, all of the teachable, all of the additional things that we provide, you know, in the Facebook group, the calls that we have regularly. So our regular calls are business basics, our marketing call, our Q&A, Academy Q&A, our mindset calls. You keep access to all of that when you stay in the next or the elite, either one. You just get access to more. You have more.
Well,
So,
and I'll actually, Tracy, I'm going to take your screen real quick and I'm going to share. So, and you've got access to all of the training that we've already gone through. So, I mean, for our elite program, you'll have access to all of that we've already covered about year-end wrap-up and strategic planning and marketing and operations and staffing your business and everything that we've already covered. And then on the next program, you've got access to all of that training. So you've got all of that. So you've got that foundation that you can hop in and work to build on from there. So, you know, you really got all of those tools to really hit the ground running as you move forward with your with the next steps in building out your business.
Megan is asking if the elite program will be offered at any time, or is this a right now offer? We do offer this now. Pricing and things like that are subject to change, but we offer this. This is a regular offer. When you get to graduation, which I know, Megan, have already been in the next program. But when you graduate, you have the option to go either into the next or the elite after your first 12 months in the academy. And so we do offer this. So this should be offered for you, Megan. But if you have any questions, I would still go ahead and encourage you to go ahead and book a call with Bill and just kind of talk it through, because I think it could still be beneficial for you to just have that conversation. And then Joan is asking, she says, I teach and have not been able to attend most sessions that I would have benefited from. Are there things to accommodate people who are unable to attend? So yeah, I mean, we post every single call that is, they're all recorded and they are put into the Teachable account. So you can rewatch every single call that we have at any time. That is available to you in your Teachable account. We also do offer some evening calls. Bill just had one, I think. Well, no, I guess it was last week. We're gonna have another batch of group calls again next Tuesday, next Thursday. So be watching your calendar, the Academy calendar, for all of the most recent or coming up call dates. I guess I should say we have calls throughout the month, some in the evening. So even if you're not able to attend the daytime calls, check that calendar, because we do have some evening calls as well. But yeah, call for anybody. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Joan, on the elite program, we really work through mentorship, things like that as well. So if you've watched a training, you've got questions on it, text me, let me know. I'll sync with you. And the goal is, you know, to support you so that you can get out of that job and build your business. So this is what you're doing full time. So if you're watching the session that we did on Thursday night, that we did earlier that Thursday, you got a question about it, something like that, text me and let me know. We can hop on a quick call and talk about it, things like that. Most definitely to support that, because our goal is, how do we get you out of that job so that you can really build your business full time? It's a great question.
Do you have any more questions? That's all I see here, but if anybody has any other questions, let us know.
And you know, first and foremost, we want to thank you. We want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to help you support you at building your business and growing your business. First and foremost, that is our core values. I mean, we're driven by our mission, our vision, and our core values. And first and foremost is to help you build the bookkeeping business for wherever you want your journey to go. And that's what we're here for. And so we're excited. We're excited that you continue your journey with us so that we can help you build that business so that you're not doing it by yourself. Thanks a lot. We really, really appreciate it. Tracy, anything else to close us out?
No, that's it. Thank you. Glad to see all of your faces here.
Fantastic. Thank you. Have a great, great evening. Take care.